Our next Jew, let's welcome Dan Abraham.
Hey, keep it off your host, everybody. I am Jew number 2, apparently. Okay. Great to be here. We have more of us in New York. Anyway, it's nice to be here. I really love Somerville, really love Boston. Such a nice change of pace from New York. New York is way too crazy for me. I live uptown. The craziest thing happened to me just last week. I was catcalled for the first time. Yeah, any dudes in here been catcalled before?
Yep.
Yeah, what'd they say?
Nice eyes.
Nice eyes, okay. Sounds like somebody needs to hit the gym a little more. Now they said to me, they said something completely different. They said, "Excuse me, sir, are you Jewish?" And I am. I don't know if they could tell because of my hair or my name, or they could just smell the Tay-Sachs on my breath. But they were Jews too. Like not the way I'm Jewish. The hats and the curls. The March of the Penguin Jews. You know what I mean? And they wanted me to pray with them. That's what they were going for, right? It was one of those big, week-long marathon holidays. I feel like every religion on the planet has that big marathon holiday, right? Like Muslims have Ramadan, Hindus have Diwali, atheists, I believe it's called Shark Week. Catholics, oh my gosh, Catholics, you have the longest marathon of them all, right? You have a month of Lent, and then Ash Wednesday and Easter sign. And that's the one where Jesus was murdered? Well, no, Easter's resurrection. But what's the one where he was crucified? Good Friday? Oh, I always mess this joke up because as I was saying, I grew up Jewish, so in my culture we call that holiday Great Friday. Okay, thank you. Thank you. The Catholics approve on that one. It's interesting. Interesting time. My last girlfriend was Catholic. I'm single now. Any single Pringles in the crowd? Okay, a few tepid woos. I understand. It's hard out there. It's crazy. People are getting pickier than ever. I was on a date with a woman. She said, "All right, if this is going to work, you should know about me. I'm a polyamorous lesbian, and I vote Republican." I was like, "Okay. Can you choose 2?" I think I can work with 2 of those. Seriously. My last girlfriend was Catholic. I did actually give a Jewish woman multiple orgasms last weekend. Yes, I told my mom I was considering law school. That's not here nor there. Best part of being single, by far, the gay experimentation. Yeah, anyone with me? Okay, one guy yassed, so he definitely is. No, it's true. I recommend it. For me, past few months or so, I've pretty much exclusively been dating lesbians. And I recommend it. I do. I have a pickup technique, not to sound like a total dog or anything, but I'll be at a bar or something, a club or something like that, and I'll see a woman and make eye contact and smile, and I'll say, "Hi, my name is Rachel Maddow." It works. Every time. It works every time. It's interesting though, it's interesting dating. I feel like I'm at that age right now where a lot of my female friends, they're getting engaged, they're getting married. A lot of my guy friends, they're quietly wondering if they're predators. It's strange. I mean, I'm glad we're talking about consent, some interesting solutions. I was hearing at Columbia, in order to try and, clamp down on assaults on campus, they're having students, before they have sex, fill out consent contracts, saying what exactly they agree to do or not do. I see a guy who's shaking his head, but, in Jewish culture, signing legal forms is considered foreplay. So, I'm very excited about these new innovations. Everyone has a little different, a different thing. I don't know, my last girlfriend, Catholic, Republican, too. That was crazy. We kind of worked out, though, because she was very sexually vanilla and I was very emotionally kinky. It was kind of a nice balance there. This guy isn't sure if he's seeing a stand-up comic bomb or a spoken word poet kill with that one, but I assure you it was clever, sir. It was very clever. It's interesting, politics these days. Like, I'm not really a Republican, I'm not really a Democrat. I'm just worried. Can we have a worried people's party? Is that a legitimate political identity? Yes? Okay. A few applause, I like it. All right, let's start it, seriously. We're in Boston, this is a revolutionary city, right? The Anxietarian Party. Let's make it happen. Let's make it as serious. The Democrats are weak, we will be weaker. But I have a mascot picked out and everything. It's not going to be like a donkey or an elephant. I think for the Anxietarians, we'll have like a chihuahua. Like a chihuahua right when you turn on the vacuum. Because that's how I feel reading the news. It's like what makes you anxious? Someone tell me, what makes you anxious in this world, in these crazy times? Trump, okay, that's a big one. That's a big one to tackle there, right? There's a lot of angles there. I think for me the frustrating thing about Trump is that I can't hate him without starting to sound like him. It's very hard to be against him without becoming the monster itself, right? It's like I find myself saying all the time, it's like, Trump, he's terrible to women, he demeans people based on their appearance, and he has the tiniest widow hands. I bet he has a little tiny penis with those tiny widow hands, dick. He's a bigot, he's a racist, he judges people, and he has disgusting orange skin. I hate the color of his orange skin. Like, it's this terrible poetic irony with him. Anyway, something else? What makes you anxious, please? Brexit. Oh, that's an interesting one. I wasn't expecting a Brexit joke. Okay, Brexit's interesting. Are you British? You're French. Okay, you're not excited that they're leaving? You're like, oh. To me, Brexit, my understanding of Brexit, I don't know a lot about it, but my understanding of like Europe breaking up, it's kind of like how the Beatles broke up. It's like they found one member was just hanging out too much with an immigrant, and we're like, we need to take this whole thing apart right now. We need to rip it at the seams. We once had a good thing, no more. No more. Someone else, what makes you anxious, please? Yoko, you want me to just do Beatles jokes? I mean, I
can. Restricted for the military.
I heard military.
Budget. Climate change.
Climate change. Okay, let's talk about climate change. I'm glad I'm not the only one sweating here with these Brexit jokes. Now, the frustrating thing about climate change, I wish we were more united about climate change, right? We all have those conservative cousins. I have cousins who are diehard red they live in Arkansas. They hate the coastal elites. But I want to tell them, like, if global warming increases, like, you're gonna have beachfront property pretty soon. Like, you should open. It's crazy. Like, I think we can get all these people that are angry and they're racist and unite them. Like, get them maybe to embrace green power instead of white power. I think there's a moment of harmony there that we can all have. What else makes you anxious there?
The future.
The future in general. Okay. The title. There's a lot. What about the future? That we have one, that it's existing, that we're hurtling forward in space and time. I know, very scary. I'll tell you what makes me anxious, and those are gun issues. Gun violence really upsets me. It really scares me. And by the way, like, I recognize it's a sensitive issue. Sometimes I tell these gun control jokes, and I feel like, it needs a little bit of work, it needs tightening up. Thankfully, I do get to try out the material again every 4 to 6 weeks. But for me, what upsets me the most is that it's always called a mental health issue, right? Whenever there's this horrible act of violence, people say the same thing. It's a mental health issue. It's a mental health issue, and I have mental health issues. I don't, I struggle with depression. I've had suicidal thoughts ever since I got on this stage. It's bad. I thought my therapist is worried about it, and I said, no, it's okay. I've been exercising. I don't know if anyone here exercises. for their mood. Anyone, seriously, I recommended, okay, a couple of us and the rest are just drinking. I understand, listen. I get it. I've tried drugs, I've tried therapy, but for me, if I'm feeling really dark, really down, 10, 15 minutes on the treadmill is enough to feel like I'm actually dying. That can be a bright feeling sometimes. But it's like, here's the thing. Let's get to the platform. Like, I think, at the very least in this country, before you buy a gun, you should have to undergo some sort of mandatory background check, right? Is anyone with me on this? Background check? Okay. I love Boston so much. Just get to be openly anxietarian with the rest of you. But that's never gonna happen, unfortunately. We're too divided. So I propose as a compromise, before you buy a gun in this country, if you can't have a background check, you should undergo at least mandatory 6 weeks of acoustic guitar lessons. Yes. This is good. Some of you are with me. Some of you are a little confused. Let me explain. Because as I said, like, I've struggled with my own demons. A lot of us have. When I was in high school, oh my God, I was definitely in a bad place, right? I had dark thoughts. I hated myself. I hated everyone around me. And then I learned Wonderwall. You know? Made me insufferable at parties, but mellowed me out quite a bit. That was unexpected, a punchline to a joke? Okay, you're in a comedy show, miss. I'm a feminist. Any other feminists in the room? Okay, good. I like that. We got a bunch in the front. I guess we have the most diverse group of Saudi Arabians in the middle I've ever seen. A little quiet over there. That's okay. I feel like men especially tighten up when they hear the F word. You know, this is why I like to say it on stage, because I call myself a feminist because I truly don't judge you if you're a man, a woman, if you're gay, if you're straight. Really, the only thing that matters to me at the end of the day is the color of your skin. And nothing else. Okay, I'm not trying to make light of racism. Clearly, racism, one of America's biggest problems that I am not dealing with. But I do think, you know, especially as a white person, little actions can have big consequences. Like, one thing that I think all of us white people should try doing is every time we find ourselves about to say the words, "I'm not racist, but," we just stop. Yeah. Well, instead, I think we should say, "I'm racist and." Try some self-awareness. All right, that's my time. I'm Dan Abraham. Thank you all so much.